Hi everyone, you're watching Yoga with Ellie Camille. I'm Ellie, and this is going to be a 30-minute sequence with the goal of relieving some back pain. So if you've been struggling with that lately, then you've come to the right place. Today you might want 2 blocks. So if you have those, you can pause the video and go grab them. Some other things in the house that might work the same is a thick book. So if you don't have blocks, but you think you might need some sort of prop, you can grab that instead. Whenever you're ready, come to a comfortable seat on your mat. If it's comfortable for you, close your eyes. Bring one hand to your heart and the other to your belly, and take 3 deep cleansing breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Bring your breath back to normal and just observe it for a moment. Observe the rise and fall of your hands. Notice where you feel your breath the most. Maybe it's in your belly or chest, but maybe it's in your nostrils or the back of your throat. Just notice and observe without judgment. When you're ready, open your eyes and come forward to tabletop position. Spread your fingertips wide, tuck your toes, and lift your knees and your hips into downward facing dog. Straighten your legs, but you can keep a bend in your knees if your hamstrings are feeling tight. Melt your heels towards the mat, but it's okay if they don't make it the whole way there. And take a full breath in and out. On your next inhale, look at your hands. Roll forward on your toes into plank. Make sure your wrists are directly below your shoulders and your back body is in one straight line from your crown to your heels. Take a breath in, and on your exhale, lower your knees. Hug your elbows in as you slowly lower down through chaturanga. Pause at 90 degrees and then lower the rest of the way down. Keep your hands underneath your shoulders, and on your inhale, lift your chest up to cobra. Lengthen through the crown of your head. On your exhale, lower back down to the ground. Come up to tabletop position. Tuck your toes. Send your hips high to downward facing dog. Take another deep breath here. On your next inhale, slowly walk your feet up to meet your hands in forward fold. Take your time getting there, no rush. Exhale. Your knees can be as bent as you need, and your fingertips can rest on the mat, your toes, shins, ankles. You can get a block here if you need it. Just take one more deep breath. On your inhale, come up with a flat back, arms out and up overhead. And exhale, lower your arms to Tadasana. Rest here for a minute. Bring your feet together, big toes touching. Engage your thighs slightly. Lift your chest. And breathe. Take your hands to your hips. And we're just gonna do a little bit of a back bend. Warm up the spine a bit. So inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, tilt back slightly, only going as far as is comfortable for you. And your head can look up at the ceiling, but don't strain your neck. Inhale, come up to center. And then exhale, tilt back again. Make sure your hips are staying in line with your feet and you're not kind of getting all out of alignment there. Strong and steady is better than a deep back bend here. Inhale, come up. And exhale your hands down to Tadasana. Awesome. Now we're going to do 3 rounds of sun salutations. You are welcome to move through at your own pace, or you can follow along with me. Okay. So come to the top of your mat in Tadasana. Arms by your sides, palms facing out. Inhale your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips, coming down with a flat back until you can round down through your upper back. Let your head and neck be soft for a minute. Plant your palms. Step or hop your feet back to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, drop your knees and come through chaturanga. Keep your shoulders above your elbows as you come down in this pose. Move your hands so that they're next to your ribs. And on your inhale, and also make sure your feet are, tops of your feet are pressing into the mat. And on your inhale, lift your chest up, engage your thighs, and lift your knees off the ground as well. Lengthen through the crown of your head. This is upward facing dog. And on your exhale, roll on your toes and send your hips high to downward facing dog. Step or hop your feet up to meet your hands and forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, arms out and up overhead. Exhale, float your arms down by your sides, Tadasana. Awesome. That was 1 round. So we're going to do 2 more. Inhale, arms out and up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms. Step or hop your feet back to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, come through chaturanga. Adjust your hands. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step or hop your feet up to forward fold. Exhale. Inhale your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, float your arms down to Tadasana. 1 more, let's go. Inhale your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms. Maybe this time you try hopping back to downward facing dog if you're feeling comfortable with that. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, come through chaturanga. Adjust your hands. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Maybe this time you hop your feet up to meet your hands and forward fold. And exhale. Inhale your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, lower your hands to your heart and prayer. Awesome. You should be feeling pretty warmed up now. If you need to stop and get a drink, please do so. You can pause the video and jump right back in when you're ready. Turn to face the long side of your mat and step or hop your feet wide. Turn your right foot out towards the short edge of your mat. Keep your left foot parallel. Inhale your arms so that they are parallel with the floor. Exhale, triangle pose. Reach out over that right foot and then bring your torso down. You can bring your fingertips to the mat, your ankle, your shin, even your thigh if you need to. And then your left arm stacks above your head, pointing towards the ceiling. Take a full breath in and out. On your next inhale, engage your core and bring your torso up. Exhale, warrior two. Bend that right knee so that it's stacked right over your ankle. Gaze over your right fingertips and breathe. On your next exhale, extended side angle, bring your forearm to your thigh and your left hand over your head and point your fingers towards the front edge of your mat. Make sure your knee stays right over your ankle. Take a deep breath in and out. All right, we're gonna try half moon. So bring your fingertips, your right hand to the floor. Walk your left foot in a little bit, and then walk your right fingertips about 8 inches in front of your foot. Begin to lift your left foot up behind you, bringing it parallel to the floor as you straighten your right leg. And then your left arm points straight to the ceiling. And don't feel bad if you fall. We all fall. You can either come to Tadasana and rest, or you can try to jump back in for another breath. When you're ready, slowly bring your left foot back down behind you. Bring your fingertips back towards your foot and move your body into triangle pose for a breath or two. On your next inhale, bring your torso up. Rotate your right foot so that it's back to parallel with your left. Rotate your left foot so that it's pointing towards the short edge of your mat. Triangle pose on the other side. Exhale as you reach forward and bring your hand down. Again, rest on the mat, ankle, shin, thigh, or you can even grab one of your blocks and bring the floor a little bit closer to you. Stack your shoulders. Press into the outer edge of that back foot and breathe. On your next inhale, bring your torso up. Exhale, warrior two, bend your left knee. Gaze over your left fingertips if that's okay for your neck. Imagine a long line of energy shooting out of both fingertips, both hands. Breathe. On your next exhale, extended side angle, bring your forearm to your thigh and your right hand over your head, pointing towards the front of your mat. Press into the heel of your left foot and breathe. We're going to try half moon again. So bring the fingertips of your right hand to the floor. You can also use a block in this position, so you can place that block a few inches in front of your left foot. Step your right foot in a bit. Walk your fingertips out of your left hand. And as you straighten your left leg, lift your right leg behind you, bringing it as close to parallel as you can. And your right hand, bring your right hand to point towards the ceiling, stacking your shoulders, keeping your hips open to the right side. Breathe. If you fall, it's okay. When you're ready, bring your right foot to meet your left, bring your right arm down, and then come up with a flat back to Tadasana. Awesome job. Okay. Adjust yourself, shake it out a little bit, and then hop right back in with warrior one. So starting in a strong Tadasana, and bring your hands to your hips. Engage your core and step your right foot back 3 or 4 feet. Turn your toes out slightly, about a 45-degree angle, and then bend your left knee so that it's stacked directly over your ankle. Inhale your arms up overhead, warrior one. On your next inhale, straighten your right leg or your left leg. Exhale, pyramid pose. Drape your torso over your left leg. Bring your fingertips to the mat. You can get your 2 blocks beside your foot if you need to. Fingertips can come to your leg, or you can, if it feels okay for your shoulders, you can bring your palms to touch behind you in reverse prayer. And that'll kind of increase the stretch in your shoulders. Take a full breath in and out. On your next inhale, engage your core and bring your torso up. Step your right foot up to meet your left. Tadasana. Take a breath here. And then bring your hands to your hips. Engage your core and step your left foot back 3 or 4 feet. Point your toes out, maybe pointing towards the corner of your mat. Keep your hips square to the front of your mat. And exhale, warrior one. Bend your right knee, over your right ankle. Inhale your arms out, up overhead. As you exhale, draw your shoulders away from your ears. Draw your belly in and point your tailbone down. And breathe. On your next inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, pyramid pose. Hinge forward over your right leg as you bring your fingertips down. Again, you can bring your fingertips to the mat, your ankle, your shin, or you can bring them behind your back in reverse prayer. Breathe. And keep pulling the right hip crease back to keep your hips square. On your next inhale, bring your torso up. Engage your core and step your left foot up to meet the right. Tadasana. Awesome. We're going to do a little bit of a balance before we get into a nice big back bend to stretch the spine. We're going to do tree pose. So bring your toes together. Press down through all 4 corners of your feet. Engage your thighs. Engage your core. And begin to lift your right foot off the ground. Swing your right knee out wide, and you can bring the sole of your foot to your ankle, your calf, or your thigh. You can bring your hands to heart center in prayer, or you can inhale them overhead with your palms facing each other. Find a point to focus on that's not moving to help you stay balanced. Take a few breaths here. On your next exhale, you can either bring your right foot down next to your left foot, or if you would like an added challenge, you can bring your left foot or your right foot back behind you into warrior one. Either way, make your way to warrior one for a few breaths. On your next exhale, lower your arms, engage your core, and step your right foot back up to meet the left. All right, we're gonna do that on the other side. Tree pose. When you're ready, slowly lift your left foot up. Bring the sole of your foot to your ankle, your calf, your thigh. Avoid your knee to avoid any injuries. You can use a piece of furniture for support if you need, the wall. Whatever you need to help you balance in this pose. And then bring your hands to wherever you would like. Nice and steady. Breathe. On your next exhale, engage your core and bring your left foot a few feet back behind you into warrior one. Toes are turned out slightly. Press your heels, both heels into the mat. Imagine energy shooting out of your fingertips towards the ceiling. Breathe. On your next exhale, lower your hands to your hips, engage your core, and step your left foot up to meet the right. Lower your arms to Tadasana. Awesome. Okay, slowly make your way down to lying on your back. Bend your knees and bring your heels close to your sit bones. Bring your feet so that they are hip distance apart. We're going to try wheel pose. This is a challenging pose, but I encourage you to try some sort of variation, and you might surprise yourself. So definitely challenge yourself a little bit. Bring your palms next to your head, flat with your fingertips pointing down towards your toes. On an inhale, push into your palms and your feet and bring your, slowly with control, come to the crown of your head. Maybe that's as far as you go, and that's fine. Try to see if you can, on your exhale, straighten your arms a little bit, elongate your hips up towards the sky, and see if you can get into that wheel shape. So if you need to look at the video to see what it looks like before you try it yourself, I'm going to, I don't think I can talk through it, so go ahead and look at me for a second. Stay here for just a breath, and then to come down gently, tuck your chin in, bring your head down, and then let your shoulders and your back and your hips follow slowly. Okay, let's try it a couple times. Each time you might find something different in the pose. Some variations that you can do. If you are new to this pose, grab your blocks. Elevating your hands might help. So you can put your blocks beside your head and your hands on your blocks. And then coming up, you might find some more length that way. Another variation is bridge pose. It's a really great way to prep the body for a wheel pose. So palms are down, you lift your hips slowly, keeping your head and your shoulders on the ground. You can do that if wheel pose is not available to you right now. And Listen to your body. If you're in wheel pose, make sure your knees aren't splaying out. And try one more time. One more breath. This nice deep back bend. It stretches your spine. It also strengthens your spine and can help relieve some back pain, not just today, but in the future. When you're ready, come all the way back down, flat on your back. Hug your knees into your chest, and then let them fall to one side. Arms out wide, palms facing down. Press your shoulders into the mat. Take a few deep breaths here. On your next inhale, bring your knees back to center. Exhale, let them fall to the other side. And gaze in the opposite direction, if that feels okay for your neck. On your next inhale, bring your knees back to center. Straighten your legs and press your heels towards the ceiling. We're going to counteract that deep back bend with plow pose. So lift your hips up, and if you need to, you can use your hands to support, and then let your toes come to touch the floor behind you. If your toes don't come to the floor, then you definitely want to have your hands on your low back to support, and you want your torso to be perpendicular to the mat. So use your hands to help you with that. And just take a breath here. Keep your chin tucked in. And on your next inhale, bring your feet and definitely use your hands to support this way so you can come out very slowly. Bring your feet back up and then slowly lower vertebrae by vertebrae down. Bring your legs all the way down to the mat. Come into a comfortable Shavasana. Good job today. That was tough. Let your feet fall open. Turn your palms to face the ceiling. Gently close your eyes. Bring your attention to your breath. Just observe, don't force it. Let go any tension, your feet, your legs, your hips, your glutes. Relax the muscles in your back and your stomach. Relax your chest, your shoulders. Let go of any tension in your arms, your face. Breathe here in this completely relaxed state for as long as you need. If you want to continue to lay in Shavasana as the video is ending, please do. Set a timer for yourself. Come back to the world whenever you're ready. If you're ready now, bring your attention back to the room around you. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Turn on to one side and push up to a comfortable seat. Gently open your eyes whenever you're ready. And briefly check in with your body. How does it feel? How does your mind feel after today's practice? Thank you so much for following along today, for choosing this video. I really hope that it's provided you with a little bit of relief. Feel free to come back to it as often as you need. It's going to really help strengthen your spine. And over time, hopefully that will lessen the pain that you're feeling day to day. Please let me know in the comments down below how you're feeling. If you enjoyed this, please hit subscribe, share it with your friends, and I will see you in the next video. Namaste.